The metaverse is the latest buzzword to draw the tech industry's attention. Think of it as the internet brought to life. A virtual world where you can really delve inside rather than just look at it on a screen, like on the internet. Following Facebook's rebrand, the topic is being talked about quite a lot now. So what can everyday people do in the metaverse? And what does it look like? The rebranding of Facebook as Meta at the Facebook Connect 2021 sent shockwaves through the tech community. It showed that the company was ready to emerge from the shadows of its parent company and recognize itself as a diverse conglomerate. The metaverse was more important than the vision Meta had set for itself. So what exactly is the metaverse? According to Mark Zuckerberg, Metaverse is a successor to mobile internet. It's a digital space that allows people to do anything, including things that they can't do in the real world. In Zuckerberg's version, you can use the Quest VR headset to attend work meetings as an avatar and a device on your wrist to secretly text friends. When you go outside, you put on smart glasses that record what you see and hear, as well as provide augmented reality. The metaverse will be accessible via phones, computers, wearable technology, and headsets, or a combination of these. It'll be where you work, shop, exercise, socialize, watch movies, and play video games. However, the term predates many of the technologies that could make it a reality. The prefix meta means beyond, and the affix verse is derived from the word universe. Thus, the term metaverse is used to describe a virtual world that exists beyond, on top of the physical world. The term was first used in Neil Stephenson's dystopian sci-fi novel Snow Crash, published in 1992. The metaverse, according to the book, is a collection of virtual and augmented realities concentrated on a super long street that people can walk through as avatars and access via goggles and terminals. Users of public terminals are depicted as blurry black and white avatars, whereas users of private terminals are depicted in full color and detail. Since then, the term metaverse has come to refer to a wide range of initiatives aimed at creating a more permanent virtual reality that permeates our daily lives. People have been attempting to create immersive virtual worlds since the 1960s, a pursuit fueled by efforts of the film and gaming sectors. Second Life, an alt-reality computer game where you play through an avatar and can do just about anything, like build a house or get married, is one of the most cited examples of metaverse. It was such a realistic world that there was even a thriving kink scene. It doesn't get any more realistic than that. There were enough serious metaverse enthusiasts by 2006 to convene a summit. The Metaverse Road Map, a project that mapped the path to completing the metaverse, was inspired by that summit. The Metaverse Road Map defines the metaverse as the convergence of virtually enhanced physical reality and a physically persistent virtual space. In other words, it could resemble a second world layered over our own through the use of augmented reality, as well as a virtual space into which we can enter and exit, similar to the video games available today. Think of it as Snapchat filters or the Google feature that allows you to view life-size 3D animal models. The Metaverse Roadmap explains that the metaverse wouldn't be the entirety of the internet, but like the web, it would be seen by many as the most important part. Virtual reality, augmented reality, Zoom meetings, social networks, crypto, NFTs, online shopping, wearable tech, artificial intelligence, and 5G are all explored in the metaverse. It's said to be the next big thing, but since the future is pretty much inevitable, it must be all good, right? Well, it's not quite clear. Many of those explaining the importance of the metaverse and insisting that it's a next logical step are Silicon Valley voices, futurists, and other actors with financial stakes in different metaverse projects. One of them is Matthew Ball, a venture capitalist and prolific writer who's provided one of the more useful definitions of the metaverse and will soon publish a book on the subject. The metaverse, according to Ball, is an expansive network of persistent, real-time rendered 3D worlds and simulations. Ball's metaverse should be able to maintain continuity of identity, objects, history, and payments. It should be able to be experienced by an infinite number of people simultaneously, with each person having their own sense of presence. The metaverse is a persistent virtual reality that allows users to be present, and it's a place where blockchain technology could be used to pay for items we can bring with us through various experiences. Roblox and Fortnite are frequently mentioned in metaverse discussions these days, and some argue that they're much closer to realizing the metaverse than Zuckerberg's Meta. Both games meet the criteria for persistent virtual worlds. They each have millions of players who gather to play and socialize. There's some persistence in objects, clothing and skins, and payment is accepted. Robux and V-Bucks. Millions of people watch Fortnite's Ariana Grande concert, and these events, along with customizable avatars and emotes, are fostering a sense of presence. The most crucial thing to understand is that the metaverse is not real. Zuckerberg has made it clear that the metaverse is a long-term goal for him, as it's been for many investors, engineers, academics, and futurists. However, many despise Zuckerberg's plan and think that there's no faith in Meta's metaverse ability to do anything other than immeasurable harm, to the point of calling it a dystopian mess. The metaverse is an exciting idea for some and a terrifying one for others. What's happening in the metaverse right now? The paradox of defining the metaverse is that you have to define away the present in order for it to be the future. MMOs, which are essentially entire virtual worlds, digital concerts, video calls with people all over the world, online avatars, and commerce platforms are already available. So, in order to sell these things as a new way of looking at the world, there has to be something new about them. Spend enough time talking about the metaverse and someone will inevitably bring up fictional works like Snow Crash, which coined the term metaverse, or Ready Player One, which depicts a virtual reality world where everyone works, plays, and shops. When combined with the general pop culture idea of holograms and heads-up displays, basically anything Iron Man has used in his last 10 movies, these stories serve as a creative reference point for what the metaverse might look like. That kind of hype is as much part of the metaverse concept as any other. It's no surprise that the advocates of NFTs and cryptos are also embracing the metaverse concept. Sure, NFTs may be bad for the environment, but if these tokens can be converted to the digital key to your Roblox virtual mansion, then boom! You've just turned your hobby of collecting items in video games into a critical piece of internet infrastructure, and possibly increase the value of pieces you own. It's crucial to keep all of this in mind, because while it's tempting to compare today's proto-metaverse concepts to the early internet, and assume that everything will improve and progress in a linear fashion, this isn't a sure bet. There's no guarantee that people will want to sit in a virtual office without their legs, or play poker with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, let alone that VR and AR technology will ever become as prevalent as smartphones and computers are today. It's possible that any genuine metaverse would consist primarily of cool VR games and digital avatars and Zoom calls, but most of what we still refer to as the internet.